difficult to get the two universities in the city to work together. Philip has mentioned how important that is. It's probably too difficult. It should be much easier for the universities to pool their resources. But this is also a unique project because it's history and sociology working together, and historians don't often work together with sociologists. And we need the historian to tell us about the past, which is what all this is about. Maybe this is about the story of Special Olympics, but our project is also about the now, it's about the present. It's about what happens in Leicester this time, and what the Special Olympics means to the city of Leicester. And of course, at the heart of that is the athletes and the experience of the athletes and their families. But the event is not only about the athletes, it's about the volunteers, it's about the organisers, it's about the people of the city who are going to receive and host the games. So our research project, as well as telling us about the past, the very important story of how we got where we are today, it is also about how the Olympics will impact on the city. So it involves interviews with ordinary members of the public in Leicester, as well as interviews with athletes, as well as interviews with volunteers, and indeed interviews with the organisers, people who have this great daunting responsibility to bring the Special Olympics here and to make it work. So this is just the beginning of our research. Our research will hopefully combine the contemporary story of what it was like to host the Special Olympics in Leicester, as well as this marvellous account of the past of the Games. And hopefully, in a few months' time, we'll be able to say how the current version of Special Olympics GP has worked in the city, and how it's become just the latest instalment of this great story. So thanks for coming. It's great to see so many people here to celebrate this, and I hope you enjoy the book.
Before I move on to our next speaker, I'd just like to say a couple of things on behalf of the City Council. Firstly, the City Council has been proud to be associated with this particular book and to jointly fund it alongside Special Olympics GB. It's a really cracking read, as everybody has said. And I suppose I need to do the advert. This booklet is on sale for £10, which is the recommended retail price. And I think it's extremely good value at that price. But it will be available tonight for a special discounted price of £5. And it will be available to all Special Olympic athletes for £5 both now and right through to the event. So, we are offering it at a discounted price for our Special Olympians. And I hope that they and their families will take the opportunity to purchase a copy of this as a record of the achievements of Special Olympics over the last 20 years or over the last 30 years, to be honest. So, this will be available tonight. If you haven't got your filer with you, we've got an order form for each of that. So we make sure that we capture it. This will raise important funds for the Special Olympics Games, which is something we need to continue to do to ensure we get the best possible games for our city. I now want to invite Frida Hussein to say a few words. Frida is chair of the Legacy Group that is working alongside the Special Olympics, because the Special Olympics is not just about a week of sports events in July. It's about the long-term opportunities and benefits and life chances for people with a learning disability. And the Legacy Group has worked hard to make sure that the benefits of the Games last longer than just a week in July. So I may now introduce Frida Hussein.
Yes, thank you very much for making the time to come to the launch of this book. Our whole thinking about Special Olympics Great Britain and the Games coming to Leicester this year, we didn't want it to be just one-off event with a few coloured brochures and then be forgotten afterwards. We were very lucky to set up a partnership with Leicester University and De Montfort University. We were even luckier to find someone with the skills and knowledge that Sue Barton had to carry out the research. And I want to say, in the history of the Games, Special Olympics, it's a first serious publication of this nature. And it's not just about you buying it for £5 today, but make sure people you know, schools, colleges, universities, academics around Britain buy a copy of this. It goes into libraries around the country because this is a first, and I want us to celebrate setting a new tradition where games are not just an entertainment for a week or a day, but our athletes and their successes are remembered for times, years to come, and the example they set for future generations. Our next publication that Sue is working on as part of the legacy of the Games will be the impact of the Games on the athletes before, during and after the Games. So we will have another serious publication, and I hope the legacy of the Games in Leicester will be there, that people will be referring to in the years to come. This is what Leicester did. This is what I can refer to. This is what I can look up. So your job today is not just to buy a book for half price, but to promote it everywhere you go and make sure that people become aware of it. I also have been given the job to thank Ranchan Sijani, Liz Wilson, Graham Watley, Angela Cutting and Joe Crozier for all the work that has been done to put this afternoon's celebration and launch for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Frida. I now call on Sue Barton to present the first signed copy of The Sporting Chance to Councillor Roger Blackmore, Lord Mayor of Leicester.
When we first met 30 odd years ago. Sue was a student at Charles King College, and as I've told many of you, I wasn't a bad teacher at all that, and I'm very proud of having this one, and wonderful to have you signed it.
I haven't signed it yet.
Could I also pay tribute to another great lady who's done so much in Special Olympics, my Deputy Lord Mayor, whom I served happily under for a year. Manjula, stand up, because you're how much you've done to bring this day about, and we're looking forward to sharing with you and everyone else here the joys of the Special Olympics, and I'm certainly looking forward to it. Roll on, and Sue is just finishing a long inscription to her former teacher.
A few more photos, I think.
Oh, I see.
Before he disappears. Would you like some of the Special Olympians to join you?
Yes, indeed. Rachel, Lee, yes. Yes.
Not say that in front of the Special Olympics.
Do you want to go in? It might be good in that picture.
I've just been told that Sue taught
Mark.
I thought Sue was a sister friend. Is there anybody else in the table?
Okay.